If you love your dog, this might be hard to hear, because some of the things that feel the most loving to us can actually create stress, confusion, and anxiety for them. And the scary part? Most owners never realize it until the behavior problems start showing up. By the end of this video, you're going to see your dog's behavior in a completely different way, and you might change what you do starting today. You love your dog. That's never been the problem. The problem is that love without understanding can send the wrong message, and dogs are constantly responding to the message behind our actions, not the intention in our hearts. A lot of owners think affection is simple. You hug your dog, hold them close, kiss their head, and assume they feel the same comfort you would feel. But for many dogs, that kind of tight physical contact doesn't feel soothing. It feels restrictive. Dogs don't naturally use full-body embraces the way humans do. So when you wrap your arms around them and they freeze, that stillness is not always enjoyment. Sometimes it's tolerance. Sometimes it's discomfort. Sometimes it's a dog saying, "I don't know how to get out of this, so I'll just stay still." Real affection for most dogs looks different. It looks like choice. It looks like sitting beside you, leaning into your leg, asking for a scratch, resting near you because they feel safe enough to do that on their own terms. Then there's the way we react when they do something wrong. Your dog chews something up, has an accident, steals food, and you come in angry. They lower their head, avoid eye contact, pin their ears back, and suddenly, it looks like guilt. But what many owners read as guilt is often just a response to your tone, your posture, your energy. Your dog isn't sitting there reflecting on bad decisions. They're reading the emotional weather in the room and trying to stay safe inside it. If your dog starts to connect your presence with tension, loud reactions, or unpredictability, that changes the relationship. A dog that doesn't feel emotionally safe around you becomes cautious, hyper-aware, less playful, less confident. That's why calm correction and clear redirection go so much further than punishment ever will. The same thing happens on walks, and most owners don't even realize they're rehearsing stress every single day. If your dog pulls and you keep moving, you're teaching one lesson over and over again: pulling works. Pulling gets me where I want to go. Pulling gets me to the smell, the person, the dog, the tree, the excitement. And over time, that walk stops being a relaxing outlet and becomes a pattern of frustration and overstimulation. Your dog is scanning, straining, surging, and staying aroused from the second they leave the driveway. Then, they come home even more wired than before, and people wonder why the dog still can't settle. Loose leash walking isn't just about manners. It's about teaching your dog how to move through the world without living in a constant state of tension. And here's another big one people miss: food. Most dogs eat in less than a minute. Bowl down, food gone, done. But mentally, that meal gave them almost nothing. Dogs were built to use their nose, search, solve, work, and earn outcomes through behavior. When every meal is handed over with zero effort, you skip one of the easiest forms of daily mental enrichment. That doesn't mean you need expensive gadgets. It can be as simple as scattering kibble in the yard, stuffing dinner into a Kong, hiding food in a towel, or using a puzzle feeder. Suddenly, mealtime becomes an activity, not just a transaction. And when dogs get to use their brain in a natural way, you often see changes everywhere else: less restlessness, less destructive behavior, better focus, better emotional balance. That matters, because physical exercise alone is not enough. A tired body is not the same thing as a satisfied mind. You can walk a dog for an hour and still come home with an anxious, bored, understimulated animal if their brain never got engaged. Dogs are problem solvers. They are observers. They are scent-driven, pattern-reading, emotionally aware animals. When that brain has nothing meaningful to do, it doesn't just switch off. It starts looking for an outlet. That's when you see barking, chewing, pacing, digging, overreacting, and all the behaviors people label as bad, when really the dog is just under-challenged. Sometimes 15 minutes of sniffing games, training, shaping, or search work can do more than a long walk ever could. Social behavior is another place where owners accidentally create chaos. A lot of people think a friendly dog should be allowed to greet everyone, every stranger, every dog, every person who says, "Can I pet them?" But if your dog starts expecting access to everything exciting in the environment, guess what happens? You become less important. Their focus leaves you. Their emotional balance starts depending on outside stimulation. Then, when they can't get to that person or dog, you get whining, lunging, frustration, and reactivity. A dog doesn't need unlimited greetings to be socialized well. They need structure. They need to learn that calm behavior unlocks access, and that you are the center of the experience, not the random distractions around them. And finally, maybe the most invisible issue of all, stress signals that go unnoticed every day. Yawning when they're not tired, lip licking when there's no food around, turning the head away, lifting one paw, shaking off after an interaction, closing the mouth suddenly, showing the whites of the eyes. These behaviors are easy to dismiss if you don't know what you're looking at, but dogs are constantly communicating. The tragedy is not that they don't tell us how they feel, it's that most people were never taught how to listen. And when you step back and look at all of this together, the truth is actually hopeful. Most dog owners are not being cruel. They're being loving in ways their dog doesn't fully understand. That means this can be fixed. You can become clearer, calmer, more intentional. You can stop forcing affection and start inviting connection. You can replace punishment with guidance. Turn meals into enrichment. Turn walks into decompression instead of tension. Give your dog real mental work. Stop handing their attention to the outside world. Start noticing the quiet signals they've been giving you all along. Your dog does not need a perfect owner. Your dog needs an owner who understands them better than they did yesterday. And once that happens, everything changes.